Hey everyone, welcome back to Greg's Natural Health, the place where we cut through the hype and talk real, science-backed ways to support your body's own healing power. Today, we're tackling a topic that's blowing up in wellness circles. What's the deal with peptides? If you scrolled TikTok or chatted with your functional medicine doc, you've probably heard the buzz. Athletes use them for recovery, folks over 40 chasing better energy and skin, and even people with stubborn gut issues or inflammation. But what are they? Are they safe? And why is there suddenly big news about peptides in the Food and Drug Administration? Stick with me, we're keeping it scientific, but super approachable, like a conversation over coffee. Let's start with the basics. Peptides are short chains of amino acids, the same building blocks that make up the proteins in your food. While a full protein might have hundreds of amino acids, a peptide usually has 2 to 50. Your body makes hundreds of them naturally. They act like tiny text messages between cells, telling your body when to repair tissue, fight inflammation, balance hormones, or rev up energy production. You already know the superstar peptide that's been FDA approved for decades, insulin. People with diabetes rely on it every day. It's a natural hormone your pancreas normally makes to shuttle sugar into cells. Synthetic versions save lives. Proof that peptides aren't just some fringe trend, they're part of how our bodies communicate at the cellular level. Other approved peptides include oxytocin for labor and certain treatments for osteoporosis or growth issues. So why all the excitement now? For years, a bunch of other promising peptides lived in a regulatory gray area. They were sold online as, quote, research chemicals, not illegal to buy, but not officially cleared for human use by compounding pharmacies. That created safety concerns and inconsistent quality. Here's the big update as of April 2026. The FDA is actively reviewing the reclassification of roughly 14 to 20 peptides. This push, strongly supported by the United States Department of Health and Human Services, aims to move them from a restricted Category 2 list to a permitted status. Once that happens, licensed compound pharmacies will be able to legally produce them, but only with a doctor's prescription. No more gray market online shopping. This is about giving patients safer, regulated access under medical supervision. Companies like Open Loop Health have been tracking this closely, and the list under review includes some real game changers. Let me walk you through the key ones and what the research suggests they can do. We'll keep it brief. Each one has exciting potential, but remember, these are not yet FDA-approved drugs for specific diseases. They're tools that support your body's natural processes. First up, BPC 157, Body Protection Compound 157. It's a fragment of a protein found in your own stomach juices. Early studies and clinical reports show it promotes tissue repair, speeds healing of tendons, ligaments, and muscles, and calms inflammation, especially in the gut. People dealing with leaky gut, IBS, or sports injuries often report faster recovery. Next, Thymosin Alpha-1. This one's an immune modulator. It helps train and balance your T cells, the generals of your immune army. It's been studied for supporting the body during viral infections, chronic immune challenges, and even alongside conventional treatments. Think of it as giving your immune system a smart tune-up. AOD 9604, a fragment of human growth hormone that focuses on fat metabolism. Research suggests it helps break down stubborn fat stores and supports metabolic health without the broader growth hormone side effect. Great for those working on body composition and insulin sensitivity. GHK-Cu, the famous copper peptide, glycyl histidylysine bound to copper. It's a powerhouse for skin and anti-aging. It boosts collagen production, improves wound healing, fights oxidative stress, and even supports hair health. Many use it for that youthful glow from the inside out. And there are more on the review list. MOTS-C helps regulate mitochondrial function, basically supercharging your cellular energy factories for better endurance and metabolic health. Cmax and C-Lank are nootropic peptides that support cognitive function, focus, memory, and stress resilience without making you feel wired. TB500, a fragment of thymosin beta-4, promotes cell migration and tissue repair, another favorite for injury recovery. Kisspeptin 10 plays a role in reproductive hormone signaling. Epitalon is studied for anti-aging effects, including telomere support and better sleep regulation. KPV is a potent little anti-inflammatory tripeptide that shines for gut and skin issues. All of these are peptides your body either makes or recognizes as familiar signals. Now, important practical stuff. Once reclassified, these will require a prescription. You'll work with a licensed healthcare provider who understands peptide therapy. They'll tailor dosing, monitor progress, and make sure it fits your unique health picture. The shift takes them from the unregulated Wild West into a safer, more professional framework, exactly what natural health advocates have been calling for. So how do peptides fit into a natural health regimen? Beautifully. They're not synthetic drugs cooked up in a lab to override your biology. They're short chains of the same amino acids you get from high-quality protein foods like grass-fed meat, eggs, and bone broth. Many are bioidentical or close mimics of what your own cells already produce. Used thoughtfully, they support your body's innate intelligence rather than masking symptoms. Pair them with an anti-inflammatory diet, quality sleep, movement, and stress management, and you've got a truly holistic stack. Of course, this isn't a magic bullet or medical advice. Peptides work best when they're part of a bigger lifestyle picture, and more long-term human studies are still coming in. Always consult with a knowledgeable practitioner. Friends, this regulatory shift feels like a real win for informed wellness. Under the HHS leadership, we're seeing a move towards smarter, safer access to tools that have been used successfully around the world for years. So, what do you think? Have you worked with peptides under a doctor's care? Drop your experiences or questions in the comments. I read every single one. If you want more deep dives on natural health topics, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And check this video here for more natural health tips. Thanks for spending the time with me today. Stay curious, stay natural, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.